I'm Jackie Young. I've went to church here for 30 plus years. When my oldest was born, well, I was actually married here, and then when my oldest was born, she was baptized. And then when she was a little older, I took her to another church to do the Awana program, and I ended up being asked to volunteer there. I mainly volunteered because I wanted to make sure that they were teaching my child what I wanted her to know. And then that I was probably a helicopter parent. That's really the truth. But I stayed there for 10 years volunteering and watched all of my girls go through the program. And they got a lot of information. And I didn't serve in that church mainly because they were stuck in their ways and everybody had their thing to do. So I just decided that I felt that there was more, and so I came back, and I just wanted my girls to have the same foundation that I had growing up. And so people thought I was snotty because I wouldn't talk, and it was really just because I didn't think I could. And so I got up a nerve one day to ask and see if I could do Vacation Bible School, the craft section, only because I knew I could do crafts. They wanted the help, and so I thought I should help, but I could also stay in my comfort zone because I could get my girls to be my helpers. So we volunteered doing that, and then Pastor Walter asked me to be on PPRC, and my kids were getting ready to be graduated, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm probably gonna have to talk there. And he said, oh, you'll be fine, and so I did it. And through PPRC, I was asked to do a survey for to see what my gift was. And my gift was miracle. And I was actually kind of embarrassed when everyone in the committee started saying what their gift was. I felt like mine wasn't very important. I didn't really know what miracle meant, and it said I was a believer in things, and I was like, well, I do believe. And there were a lot of things going on in the church and a lot of positive things. I was seeing growth, and I was really excited, and for the first time I really felt like I had a place. And I was seeing growth that I didn't know if everyone else could see it, because maybe that was my gift. Maybe I could see miracles that other people didn't. And so I jumped in feet first and prayed a lot more, and because that's what I was supposed to do, and I really did like to pray before that. And so I thought, well, I guess it is really telling the truth. So I just prayed a lot, and I've seen a lot of things happen, and I know that there's the power of God, because He made me come out of my box, dumped me out. He didn't let me have even the edge back, and He just showed a whole different side of things I could do. And so now when I take my survey, it says that it's service and mercy, and so I've prayed about it, and a lot of things are answered. I think that it means to care for others and to show mercy where people need a hand. And so it's caused me to take a look at my life. Serving has helped me understand my faith, and as I've grown spiritually, it's just taught me to listen to where God wants me to go. And the more I listened, the more doors I seen open that I just never even knew existed. And I just feel like I'm just trying to do what He wants me to do. By serving on PPRC, I feel like first of all, I didn't even know it existed until Pastor Walter asked me to do it. And I didn't have a clue what it was. So I think by seeing that side and realizing what it takes to make sure that everything goes smoothly, I don't know, it opened it up to me to see that it takes a lot, and you do a lot of things that you don't want to do to make it happen for God, because that's what it's for. Everything we do should be focused on God. It isn't for the church. It isn't for the people in the church. It's for the outcome of God. I think by serving on PPRC, it just showed me that what you need to do to keep the focus where it's supposed to be. And I think, I don't know, when we get to brainstorm different ideas, this reaching out and getting in our community and helping, we've backpacks for the kids, for families who could use some food for the weekends. I'm being called, I think, to do a Bible study, which scares me to death because I don't talk that well yet, and I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing, but I want to do this Bible study and put together meals after the Bible study so that when someone wants to go visit a shut-in or someone's sick, they can just go to our church freezer and grab a meal and be able to take a meal. And I don't know, food makes everybody feel better, right? That's the way I see it. So I feel like God is calling me to serve more with the underprivileged. I keep being drawn to food and comfort, and I'm not sure why. He's going to show me, I'm sure. But I just think that the kids and struggling families is where I feel like I'm supposed to be headed. The elderly, I just really have a soft spot for. And I just think life circumstances with these young kids, no child should have to be grown up before it's time. And I think that if we can reach out and get to these families, sometimes it takes getting to the child to get to a parent. But I just haven't really figured it all out, but I feel like that's where I'm drawn. And I don't know, life just brings really tough things, and I think that I'm being drawn to get out there and serve and share my story. Maybe my story will help someone. I just think that, I don't know, they just need to have hope, and I know that Jesus is the answer, but everyone else needs to know that Jesus is the answer. And if you have Him to turn to when times are tough, it just makes the tough times not so bad. And I just can't imagine going through life not having that. When I was little, lots of things happened, and I always had Jesus to turn to. And I can't imagine a little kid who doesn't. And even as an adult, when the tough times hit, it's really easy to, drop to my knees, and I don't know, I just don't know what it would be like to not have that. And so I feel like that I need to be out there and be the voice. I think Christians are called to serve because God wants everyone to know about Him. And if we stay within our four walls, we're only reaching us, and we already know. And so I feel like He wants us to serve, so we're out in our community, we're out reaching the people who don't know Him, because the ultimate goal should be for everyone to know where they're going when they die. And if we don't get out there and spread the word, we're not doing what God wants us to do. I've seen serving change my life because I was always raised in a church. I attended church. I was saved and baptized as a child. I always relied on God to get me through the tough times, and He did. But I still never let Him have total control. So the more that I've served, I've learned that I'm not in control, and so I let God have the reins, and He's teaching me and helping me to embrace my past, and I think that's going to grow my future. So I don't know where He's leading me exactly, but I'm ready to see it. I think that when you're asked to serve, everyone's initial thought is, I'm too busy, because we are, right? I had kids in sports and running every which way and grandkids, but I think that when you pray about it, God makes the time. It's kind of amazing. I didn't think I had the time, and the time is there. It's just whether or not we as humans choose to use the few minutes. It really doesn't take that much time to reach out and touch someone and get involved. It's just whether or not we want to answer the call. But I think that every Christian needs to, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe everybody's not meant to do whole hour-long sermon, or not sermons, but maybe everyone's not equipped to be the stand-up talk person, but I think you can still get involved and contribute. And it grows your faith, and so I feel like by getting involved and growing my faith, then it equips me more to get out there and share my faith with someone who doesn't have any.